Hello, myself Saurabh Noskor, Assistant Professor of Chemistry at Gargi Memorial Institute of Technology. In my previous lecture, I discussed about Gibbs-Helmholtz equation and Ellingham diagram. Today, I will discuss second law of thermodynamics and Maxwell relation. Second law of thermodynamics states that work can be obtained from heat only when heat is allowed to flow from a body at higher temperature, which is known as source, to a body at lower temperature, which is known as sink. And under this condition, only a fraction of the supplied heat is converted into work. You can prefer my previous lecture on Carnot cycle. There you can understand the meaning of all the line. Now second topic is Maxwell relation. There are four relations. This is first relation, this is second one, this is third one, and this is fourth one. You can remember in this way, or I have a trick to remember it. See, you have to remember this line only. Good professors have studied under very fine teachers. Then you have to make a box like this and write the first alphabet of every word in this way. Good professor have studied under very fine teacher. Then you have to give arrow in the downward direction. In this way, in this way, in this way, and in this way. Then in the second case, you have to give arrow in the upward direction. In this way, this one, this one, this one, and this one. In this case, you have to give arrow in the right hand side direction. In this way, in this way, in this way, and in this way. And in the final case, you have to give arrow in the left hand side direction. This one, and this one. Then see, del T by del V at S. At S means constant S. So you have to write del T by del V at S. In this way is equal to del P by del S at V. This one. So you have to write, you have to go in this way and in this way, in the downward direction. Again, del T by del V at S is equal to del P by del S at V. In the next case, you have to go in the upward direction. So del V by del T at P, this one, is equal to del S by del P at T, this one. So you have to go in this way and in this way, in the upward direction. Now come here. Here you have to go in this way, in the right hand side. So del T by del P at S, this one, is equal to del V by del S at P, this one. So you have to go in the right hand side. And in the last case, you have to go in the left hand side. Del P by del T at V, this one, is equal to del S by del V at T, this one. So you have to go in the right hand direction, in this way and in this way. Okay, in this way you can remember all these four relations. Now I have a last question of thermodynamics. The condition for spontaneity is given by del G at constant x and y is less than 0 and del A at constant P and R is less than 0. Here del G means Gibbs free energy change and del A means Helmholtz function, or you can say Helmholtz free energy change. Here you have to identify this constant, or this is x, y and PR. You have to identify this constant. You know ds universe is equal to ds system plus ds surrounding. S means entropy. So in place of ds surrounding, we can put dq by t. This is the formula for finding out entropy of surrounding. So dq by t. Again, from first law of thermodynamics, we know dq is equal to du plus dw. So in place of dq, we can place du plus dw. So we can write ds system minus du by t, this one, minus plus minus dw by t. Okay. Now in place of dw, we can write pdv, because this is the formula for work done. So dw is equal to pdv. So this is the final equation. ds universe is equal to ds system minus du by t minus pdv by t. This is equation number 1. Now a is equal to u minus ts. A is Helmholtz free energy, or you can say Helmholtz function also. A is equal to u minus ts. U is internal energy, T is temperature, and S is entropy. So on differentiating, we get dA is equal to du minus tds minus sdt, this one. So this tds and du, these two will go in the left hand side and dA will come in the right hand side, in this way. Now we will divide all the term by temperature. So temperature cancel out, there will be ds minus du by t minus dA by t minus sdt by t. Now in place of this ds minus du by t, we can write, this can come in this side, so we can write ds plus pdv by t in place of ds plus minus du by t. See, in place of this one, we can write ds universe plus pdv by t. So in place of this one, we can write ds universe plus pdv by t. Now this pdv by t will go in the this side with sign negative. Okay. So we can write now ds universe equal to minus dA by t. When temperature is constant, dt will be 0, so this term will vanish. When volume is constant, dv will be 0, so this term will vanish. So we can write ds universe equal to minus dA by t at constant temperature and volume. This is equation number 2. And Gibbs free energy is equal to H minus Ts. H is enthalpy, T is temperature, and S is entropy. And H is equal to, we can place U plus PV. Now U minus Ts is equal to A. A means Helmholtz function or Helmholtz free energy. So A plus PV will be there. Now on differentiating, we will get dG is equal to dA plus pdV plus vdp. This one. Now dA and pdV will go in the left hand side and dG will come in the right hand side. Now again we will divide all the term by temperature here. Now in place of this one, the minus dA by t minus pdV by t, we can write this one. See, minus dA by t and minus pdV by t. So ds universe equal to, we know, minus dA by t minus pdV by t. This will come in this side. So ds universe plus sdt by t will be there. So in place of this one, we can write ds universe plus sdt by t. Now this sdt by t will go in the right hand side direction. Now we can write ds universe is equal to minus dg by t at constant pressure. dp will be 0, so this term will vanish. At constant temperature, dt will be 0, so this term will vanish. So we can write ds universe is equal to minus dg by t at constant pressure and temperature. Now see here, in case of Gibbs free energy was negative, so Gibbs free energy here is negative, and Helmholtz free energy is also less than 0, means negative. Here also negative. Now in case of Helmholtz free energy, constant was P and R. Here constant are temperature and volume. So we can write P is nothing but temperature and R is nothing but volume. So in case of P is equal to temperature, R is volume. See, P is temperature and R is volume. And in case of dG, constant was x and y. So here constant P and temperature. So x is nothing but pressure and y is nothing but temperature. So x is pressure and y is temperature. This is the answer. In my next lecture, I will discuss corrosion. Thank you.